Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video. Again, I'm playing with Marlene's new release. I'm going to use one of these ladies, or maybe a little collection, might even use that little group there, from the cut and paste block. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work on this side and I'm going to add some colour. Just put the dog in a chair. Right, I think I'm going to go, unusually for me, I'm going to go with some pastel shades. I'm just going to grab a brush. Again, of course, I haven't gessoed. I keep thinking that I'm going to and then forgetting to do it because I tend to just like go straight in. So I'm just adding a little bit of water to my brush just to help move that paint around a little bit. I think the next page I must try and remember to gesso first. That peony, this is peony, is such a pretty pink. It's lovely. Okay. And then I think I'll go in with lavender. Do a bit of overlapping. This paper is really lovely in these journals. It's such a nice thickness. It's a nice weight. And then this is heaven. I'm not washing my brush in between because I know that these colours, if they mix, they're not going to make a disgusting mud colour. They're quite pretty colours together. So I kind of know that that's going to be all right. So I don't need to worry about cleaning my brush in between. Right, let me give that a quick dry and then I can come in with some stenciling. That's nice and dry, lovely. I'm kind of tempted to use this Starry Night stencil. I haven't really used this a great deal. So this is the new craft mat from Marlene as well. So I'm going to put my paint out over here. I'm going to start stenciling with the same colours that I've used already. My sponge is nice and wet because I've literally just washed them. Okay. Let's give that a quick dry and then I might just give it another layer. If you want a more opaque layer of paint, of colour with Marlene's paints, it's a good idea to kind of go in and do 2 layers, particularly if your sponge is quite wet, because it will kind of thin the paint out a little bit. And then of course make sure you don't put too much paint on your sponge because it will bleed underneath. Okay, and then I'm just going to come down here a little bit. Give that a quick dry. Like that. easy. Right, I've got some paint left, so I think I'm just going to go and add a little bit more stenciling on here because I don't kind of want to waste that colour, so I'm just going to see if I can use it up. That's fine, good. And then give that a little spritz. This mat really does clean up nicely. It's lovely. I'm going to use the same stencil, and this time I'm going to use lavender. I'm going to use, I just want lots of this lovely starry pattern on my background page, and because these little girls that I'm going to use, they're quite bold colours. I don't want them to fight too much with the background. I'm kind of proving that I can. I can do toned backgrounds. I can do it. I just don't always like to. I'm not worrying about whether these stars are overlapping. It doesn't matter. I'm just creating a little bit of interest on this background. Doing my stenciling in the same colours that I've already used. And you can see how that's sort of starting to come together. Okay, let's clean that off again. And then I need heaven. So again, I'm going to use the same stencil. This is quite a nice calm background. I really like it. Kind of inspired by the colours that Dina Wakley released recently. Marlene's got some lovely ones in her range of colours. As you know, I like my brights, but sometimes you just need a bit of a pared back background that's not got rainbows barfed all over it. And obviously some of this is going to be hidden by the images that I'm going to use, but that's okay. So that was the Starry Night stencil, new one. I'll just pop those back away. Okay. So I noticed that in this stamp set, a Sunshine Baby, there is this kind of really lovely blob, which I'm thinking I might use with some coloured inks. Not on that. Let me find it. I'm going to try, if I can, and use colours in the same or similar colour palette to what I've already used on my page, if I can. Pink. That blue's quite bold. Maybe that one's going to be all right. And that is a very bold purple. Yes, I think I maybe need to invest in some new inks in different colours. Let's just see how this comes up. I don't know, it might. Oh no, that's nice, I like that. Just just a light inking. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that is going to be a fabulous stamp for background interest. Just get rid of all that purple colour. So that was Majestic Violet. That's the archival. This one is called Funky Fuchsia. A little bit bolder, I think. Put that here. Love it. Isn't it cool? And then down here. I'll give it a wipe. Now, I don't normally clean stamps, but I think after I've used a colour, I kind of want to remove the excess if I can. I think Marlene mentioned this particular stamp when she did her live reveal the other day, and I think she actually said that this will probably become one that people use a lot. I think she's not wrong there, because that is such a cool kind of background image, isn't it? Can you actually see that on camera? Yes. Let me lift it up a little bit so you can get a slightly better view. Oh, really lovely. Okay, so I'm going to put that back in that stamp set so I don't lose it. I really like this lady here. I know, you're going to say, oh my gosh, the size of those scissors are crazy. I like big scissors and I cannot lie. Okay. She does actually work quite nicely on there, doesn't she? Right, so just cutting around here. Okay. So, save these little bits. I'm going to have to get a folder, I think, to keep some of these little pieces in. We're telling some sort of story. But I'm not sure what. I think I need some flowers to go at the bottom, not those. I can see that one being a beautiful page, just sticking it in and then working on it. Maybe some of those. Or maybe those. Oh, excuse me, come back. And then I might actually even write some words in here. So let's stick these girls on. And then I'm going to add some flowers along the bottom. So they're kind of standing in a field of flowers. Then I could just do with one here, couldn't I? Maybe that one. I can always cut it down a little bit if it's too big. So one of the great things about Marlene's stuff is you can kind of story tell with it. Yeah, I like that. Let's stick these on. Oh, Lola. Shh, 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 shh. Let's go and see. All right, go on. Gosh, Marlene's glue sticks so quickly. Be super sure that you've got things where you want them to be because you can't easily move them. Okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of Kissy. That really is only a little bit. Just see if can I add a little bit of depth to these flowers. So that's the thing with these images is you don't have to leave them just as you are. You can change them up however you want. You can add more colour. You can doodle on them. They're just like a starting point, aren't they, really? It doesn't necessarily have to be left as it is. Right, let's give those some more colour. Okay. So on these dresses, if I wanted to, I could go in and add more colour. I kind of quite like them as they are. What's also quite nice to do is go in and add some little bits of white as well. And these marker pens from Marlene, they do smudge really, really nicely. And obviously I can go back in with a black pen if I want to and add those details back. I can draw over them, which I may well do actually. I'm putting a little bit more detail. Okay, so then this is my Uniball Air. I'm kind of going with some sort of scribbly lines and pull out bits that you want to. And this is where you can kind of add in your own parts. So if you're not really sure what's there, just make it up. Okay, I kind of like that. Some little black dots in the centre of there. Be really nice is a quote about flowers. I am just going to look for one. A quote about giving flowers. Like that, getting flowers for no reason, just because. once that's dry, I might outline that with a colour. So now that I've added my quote in black, I definitely need to introduce more black to my page. So I am going to grab the texture stamps, if I can find where I've hidden them. Here they are. That might be quite nice along the bottom actually. So I think like adding this connection, because I've got black here, I need to bring some black into other places on my journal page just to help that in the middle not feel completely disconnected. So a good way to do that, like I say, is to introduce a little bit of black stamping. And what better way than just putting a bit of scribbly text on that page, and then of course I might go in with some dots as well. It doesn't need much, and it sort of suddenly starts to pull it together. I am very tempted to find that pink again. Funky Fuchsia. And just pull some. Wow, that is funky. There's something very special about somebody you care about bringing you some flowers just because they love you. It's magic. I might now see if I can get my Signo Uniball to work and just outline these words. So this is a great way if you've gone in and written a quote and you think, whoa, that is really, really bold. This is a great way to push it away. So by outlining in white is just going to calm down that black a little bit. Apart from anything else, it means that there's less letter, less of the black showing. And also places like there, you can go in and add the bit that's missing. Now, what I might do, because I've used this pen here, is also just go in and maybe draw around some of these stars. And I'm going to draw onto the paint. And then that's going to connect those bits also with the writing that I've done. So I also always kind of look for ways that I can give that kind of continuity and flow to my page. And then I think I might just put a few white dots on here, smaller ones. And then I also feel like these two girls, they need a nice little pink heart because they're doing something lovely for each other. How's that? Okay, so there's another page of inspiration using Marlene's new release. So thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I hope to see you again soon.